Hello again, namaste. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to continue with the essential poses for yoga for beginners, and it's going to be a continuation of what we started last week. We'll be adding a new pose, and my idea is to add a new pose to the flow every week or every few days, so that way as you practice, you naturally grow into the practice. And opening up the hips and shoulders and all the body parts does take time, so definitely take it slow. Before we start, let's go ahead and grab, if you have a cushion like this or a block, yoga block, like the one over here. Definitely could use the block if you have it. I'll use a cushion just to show you that, you don't need any fancy equipment to do yoga. Go ahead and bring it between your heels, between your feet, and your bottom is resting on that cushion or the block if you have it. I want to start with a straight spine. Consciously, we're trying to relax the shoulders, melt them down, and the crown of the head reaching higher each time. And it just takes a few moments to get used to all the things going on here. Allowing the breath naturally begin to relax. I want to practice some of the yogic breathing that is helpful in the rest of the poses that we'll practice today. Mainly consist of engaging the pelvic floor and the core at the same time when you exhale. Now it's kind of similar to doing a Kegel exercise. So on the exhale, you're going to be tightening up that pelvic floor and the core, nice and tight. Pack it all in. Imagine bringing that belly button in towards the spine and up. And on the inhale, you relax it. So it's kind of counterintuitive maybe to what we might think. But as you exhale, draw everything in, nice and tight. Inhale, relax it. Exhale, tighten it up. Inhale, relax. Keep going with your own exhales and your own inhales. Let's practice that for about 5 breaths. So let's inhale, relax. Exhale. That's 1. Inhale. 2. Inhale. 3. Inhale, relax. Exhale, pack it all in, tighten it up. I think that was 4. Inhale, relaxing. And start tightening it up as you exhale. All nice and tight. Keep exhaling. That's 5. All right, so that cushion or block, I hope really helped draw attention to those parts of the body that need to feel that contact as you draw it all in. Let's go ahead and meet in a child's pose. Go ahead and settle down all the way as far as you can. Knees out wide, toes just barely touching in the back. Arms extended wide. My head is lifted only for the recording, otherwise I'll be direct contact with the mic. But go ahead and rest your forehead down if you want. Let me try to cover the mic. So in case you're watching me and following closely what I do, in this case, I'll put my head off to the side. So let's practice that breathing again. We're going to inhale, relax, and start to tighten everything up as you exhale. 1, inhale, exhale. 2, inhale, relax everything. Start to tighten it up, engaging the core and pelvic floor, exhaling. 3, inhale, relax everything. Exhaling. 4, inhale, relax everything. Exhaling, tightening everything up. 5. Let's start to look forward towards the front. Bring the torso forward on an inhale. Now let's set up in our tabletop position. Let's get 2 nice cat-cows. Remember, you can push pause at any time if something feels extra good. So drop the belly, bring your gaze looking forward, chin up as much as you can. Drawing the back of the head towards your upper back. Inhale. Exhale and start rounding out the shoulders, bringing the chin into the chest. Again, I'm looking off to the side, or otherwise I'm speaking directly into my mic. Shoulders are rounded. And let's inhale, drop the belly again, looking forward and up. And when you need to exhale, begin to draw the chin in towards the chest, rounding the shoulders up and back. I often like to hold this cat pose, add a little movement from side to side. So you draw the shoulders closer to the hips on each side. You can also go ahead and flip a wrist or two, add some additional movement. If you work in the office and you're typing away all day long at a keyboard, this feels good. You can also draw both wrists in towards each other. As you draw these cat-cows, options for your practice. And it's me in that neutral tabletop. Preparing to bring that right foot forward. Find a 90-degree angle. So your hands can either be on the floor for support or on the knee. Whatever you do, make sure you're melting those hips forward as much as possible. And this is quite intense, so if you're just starting your yoga practice, be extra mindful here. You don't want to experience any pain. If you're a seasoned yogi, go ahead and bring the hands up high, reach towards the back. Get a slight back bend in here in Anjani Asana. So take your pick, and let's start breathing. Inhale, relaxing. Exhale, crunch it all in. 1, inhale, relax. Crunch it in as you exhale. 2, inhale, relax. Exhaling. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale, relax. Exhale, crunch it in. 1 big inhale. And exhale everything towards the back, the hips, straighten the front leg, maybe move it forward, bring the toes towards your face. Get a nice stretch in the back of the leg there, using my hands for support. Excellent. Let's go ahead and start to draw that foot back. Bring the left foot forward, same thing, other side, 90-degree angle. Melt the hips forward. Just letting gravity and time work its magic in this pose. Remember, you have your fingertips on the mat, or on your leg, or up in the air. Wherever's most comfortable for the breathing. Try to find stillness in the body. Let's go ahead and begin. Inhale, relaxing everything. Exhale, tighten it up. 1, inhale, relax. Exhaling. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhaling. 4, inhale. And exhaling. 5, drop 1 big inhale throughout the body. Feel it travel throughout the body. And exhale the hips back, straighten the leg. Bring those toes to point towards the face. Feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg. And 5. Let's go ahead and bring it forward into a standing forward fold. I'll turn a little bit so you can see me. So in the forward fold, go ahead and imagine just hanging from the hips here, walking the hands back behind the feet if possible, bringing the torso and the tummy to rest on the legs, on top of your thighs, as much as the body allows. This is one of those poses that's going to look different for everybody. You might be up here more and already experiencing pain, so definitely be mindful. Wherever your body allows. Remember, always use your hands for support if needed. Let's go ahead and start to clear the mind, focusing on just the sensations in the body. And let's take that journey inward by using our breath. So we'll inhale, relax the body, and start to exhale, tightening in the belly button, core, pelvic floor. Inhale, relax, and exhaling. 2, inhale, relax, exhaling for 3. Inhale, relax, and exhale. 4, inhale, and exhale. 5. So when we exhale, it really feels like you're doing crunches in that pose. Let's go ahead and straighten up to standing, nice and slow. Tuck the chin into the chest, and one vertebrae at a time. Starting at the bottom of the spine, as you work your way up, middle back, upper back. The chin will be the last thing to lift as you lift up the gaze. I like to add a little shuffle here. Any tension, shake it out before we continue. Let's step a bit to the front of the mat. Remember, I'm kind of off to the side so you can see me better, I hope. Let's bring that left leg all the way back and find ourselves in a warrior stance. So my right toes are pointed front. The toes are in line with my knee and the right hip. And my left foot is flat at a 45-degree angle. Now find your ideal stance, ideal width of this stance. If you go to a yoga class, your this might say that the heels have to be in line, or the front heel intersects with the middle of the back foot. That may or may not work for your body. It might help to bring your hands to your hip. Sometimes it helps to do the wrong thing. If I can say wrong, bring the right foot all the way to the right, left foot all the way to the left, and you'll see how that creates an imbalance. So that's not what you want. So walk them in towards each other, towards the middle line, and find what works for your body. So wherever you have some nice balance in this warrior stand, that's what you want. The wind can't knock you over here. So we're using this warrior stance for our warrior 2. So you'll bring the hands parallel, arms parallel. Notice you'll have to open up the hips, drawing that right knee off to the right more, opening the left hip to the left. As your arms are parallel, looking at your right middle fingers, and nothing else in the world matters but that right middle fingernail. Bring all your focus there. Focus in yoga is called drishti. So that middle finger, that nail is your drishti right now. As we start to clear the mind, preparing for the breathing, inhaling, relax. Exhale, tighten it up. 1, inhale. Exhaling for 2. Inhale, relax. Exhaling. 3, inhale. Tighten it all up, exhale. 4, inhale, relax the body. Exhaling. 4. Inhale, relax. Exhale. 5. Bringing the hands down to the hips. Let's focus on turning the feet towards the other side, other way. The exact same thing we just did, but on the other side. See if your stance is the same or any adjustments might be needed. Moving the hips a little. That front knee is bent. And so go ahead and bring the arms parallel. So the chest opens out to the side. That back foot is actually pointing more towards the side than that 45-degree angle I mentioned. This time our drishti, our point of focus, is that left middle finger down. Clearing the mind and preparing to inhale, relax the body. Exhale. 1. Inhale, relax. Exhale. 2. Inhale, relax the body. Tighten it up, exhaling. 3. Inhale, relax the body. Tighten it up as you exhale. For 4, inhale, relax the body. Tighten up as you exhale. I believe that was 5. Let's bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Turn the left toes towards the front, towards the side, so they're both in line. Try to bring the toes in more and the heels out. We use this to prepare for a forward fold. Bring the hands down. So be mindful here. Know your limits, your max, where you experience pain. Option to use that block, cushions, a stool as you make your way down. If you're a seasoned yogi, you're in a headstand by now. Wherever you are in your journey is fine. Look forward to the front, say hello. Inhale and exhale it all the way down. Now here I am in close contact with my mic again. I'm looking off to the side, but it's helpful for you to keep your head centered, tucking the chin in, letting the neck rest. And let's come back to that breathing. So we'll inhale, relax the body. Tighten it up, exhale. 1. Inhale, relax the body. Tighten up as you exhale. 2. Inhale, relax the body. Exhale, tighten up. 3. Inhale, relax the body. Exhaling, tightening. 4. Inhale, relax the body. Exhaling and tightening. Is that 4 or is that 5? Let's go for one more. Inhale, relax. Exhaling and tightening. 5. Excellent. Bring the hands underneath the head, underneath your face, on the floor, straight arms, allowing us to bring our feet together, preparing for that yogi squat. This is another one that looks different for everybody. So if you do have a block, a stool, and you need to use that, go ahead, set up with that block. And the block comes in 3 different heights, so pick the one best suited for you. Focus is on bringing the elbows to the inside of the knees. Gentle pressure to push the knees out toward the side. Your thumbs are just lightly pressing on the top of the heart. They're placed on top rather than pressing. Focus on something in front of you. Start to clear the mind. And let's take that yogic journey inward by using our breath. So inhale, relax the body. Tighten it up, squeezing the pelvic floor and the core as you're exhaling. Inhale, relax. Tighten up and exhale. 2, inhale, relax the body. Tightening up and exhale. 3, inhale, relax the body. Tightening up again, exhaling. 4, inhale, relax the body. Tightening up everything, core, pelvic floor. Exhaling. And 5, yes. Good job. Let's slowly remove that block. Option actually, if you do have a block, to use it here, sitting on it. Not necessary if you don't have it, or use the cushion that we started the class with. When you're in butterfly, it's nice to flutter the butterfly wings for just a moment. Relieve some of that pressure from child's pose and the lunges and the yogic squat that we were just in. Even that warrior can be rather intense. Warrior 2 requires us to open up the hip quite a bit. And let's find some stillness. Inhale, straightening up the spine. And let's lead with the chest first. Walking with the hands forward. Find your edge, whatever your edge is, whatever it looks like. Again, it's different for everybody. Start to bring the head down, tugging the chin in towards the chest. I'll keep my head lifted, otherwise I'll be speaking directly into the microphone. But you should definitely relax your head as much as your body allows. Walking the hands a little more, maybe, if you've settled into the pose. Move slowly in all these poses that involve the hips and the spine, the neck. Our minds are much faster than what our body allows. Remember that some poses take years or even decades to improve, let alone master. And let's draw that journey inward. Before we do continue, if your body allows, stacking 2 fists on top of each other to help bring the forehead on top of that. It's nice to have a point for the forehead to rest on. Option to close the eyes. Exhale, inhaling, relaxing the body. And start to tighten up as you exhale. 1. Inhale, relax the body. Tightening up and exhaling. 2. Inhale, relax the body. Tighten up before you exhale. 3. Inhale, relax the body. Exhaling. 4. Inhale, relax. And tighten up. Exhale. 5. Excellent. Release the hands, start looking forward, using the hands and straightening the arms to come up to a halfway position. Walking it The hands back slowly towards the body and arriving at our beginning pose. So the butterfly. If you use the block or a cushion, let's go ahead and remove it now. Whatever position you ended up in, let's work our way bringing our heels to the top of the mat and bringing the palms forward, facing up, and we'll slowly melt down into that corpse pose, everyone's favorite here. Now that breathing that we did before is not required here in this pose. Close your eyes once you get to your Shavasana. Let's check on the alignment in the Shavasana before we relax a bit. It's nice to maybe bend the knees, lifting up the hips, get a little movement. Extend one leg as much as you can, let it down. Extend the other as much as you can, reaching, let it down. Reaching with the arms, palms facing up, let it rest. Lifting up the head, reaching towards the back, and letting it rest. And just let the body melt into the mat. It's perfectly natural for the mind to wander and engage in our habitual thought patterns. But let's try to resist that for now by focusing on just one or two elements around you. If there's a particular sound in the room you're in, and besides the sound of my voice, try to listen carefully to your breathing as you inhale and you exhale. Just listening to the sound of the breath. The natural breath, not forced in any way. And if you're there, I'll be silent for 10 of my own breathing, and then we'll reconvene. So let's inhale, exhale. Wherever your thoughts and your mind went, come back to this present moment, to the here and now. Let's inhale deeply together, focusing on the breath from head to toe. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And when you exhale, bring a slight audible sound. Let's bring one foot onto the mat and then the other. So our knees are bent like a teepee. Right hand on top of our tummy, left hand around on top of our heart. And using this to help foster our mind-body connection. Feeling for the sensation of our tummy as it rises and falls. Sensing your heartbeat. Just enjoying a quiet moment with ourselves and for ourselves. Scanning the body for any wisdom that it might have for you today. Some little nugget of truth. Go ahead and bring the right hand up high to the sky, letting it fall back behind you. Preparing to use that right arm as a pillow in our fetal pose. Go ahead and turn towards your right hand side so that your heart is elevated above everything else. Take a moment to scan the body again for any tension, any holding in the body, whether it's in the right shoulder, the hip. Even check in on your face. Maybe you're holding tension in your tongue or your eyebrows. Search for a perfect moment of peace and relaxation in mind, body, and soul. Peace in Sanskrit is Shanti. So it's custom to end the class saying Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times to represent the mind, body, and soul. So on an inhale, using your hands and your breath to rise up back into that seated position, trying to keep the eyes closed until the end of class. I'm adjusting to face the camera, I think. Bringing the hands on the knees, palms facing up, straight spine, melting the shoulders, crown of the head reaching upwards, high up towards the heavens. We're ending class the way we started. So here's what differentiates just stretching and yoga. So we're making a conscious effort to bring peace throughout the mind and the body. Yoga works on many different levels, not just the physical, but also the intellectual, emotional, and spiritual spaces in the body. Let's bring the hands out towards the sides, left and right, far and wide, as much as you can reach. On your next inhale, let's draw those hands up high together, high above our head, in prayer hands. And then exhaling them down to our heart center, thumbs lightly resting on top of the heart. Thank you for joining me today, for your time and energy. The light in me honors and sees the light inside each and every one of you. Namaste.